Welcome back to some more Skyward Sword, everyone. Tonight's stream, we're going to be making our way back to the Faron province, because now we got ourselves a harp. As you can see right there. Nice shiny harp. So let's go ahead and just jump right into things. Hey Matt, how you doing? And thank you Allison for the 23 months of subbing. Hype indeed. How you doing today? Alright, luckily there's nothing else we need to do here. I remember last session we ended here in Skyloft because, well, I just wanted to get some last minute upgrades in before we made our way over to Faron again. So let's just go ahead and make our way over there. Doing good? That's good to hear. I'm doing good myself. Thanks for asking. Oh, both of you are doing good. That's good to see. I see you both pretty much typed at the same time, so I'll just respond back to both at the same time. Less words. More money, please. Can you stay still? Oh, I can't believe I got that. Just going straight down. Easiest way to get over here. Easiest and fastest. This is different. We got a cutscene to fly in. And the reason why, it's because of this goofball. Link, I can't fly! Rough landing, yeah, don't say. I'm surprised none of you broke your necks. That face right there is the best face. Oh, mini birds! More used to the ones I can ride on. And Rockman! But how? Why? What? Where am I? This is such a new experience for Groose. He's never been to this area before. If you can obviously tell. What is that thing? Oh, you don't have to be that insensitive. Sounds like a dang ape every time he shakes you. A whole new world for Groose. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm just gonna mime to him and he'll get what I'm saying. Got a pretty big workload this week. We can do overtime work Saturday this weekend. Ugh, sorry to hear that. Sounds like they really want everyone to get a crap ton of work done again this week at your job. You're kind of imploding my mind right now, man. Like, whoa, that face. Yeah, so we kind of like skipped a tiny bit of story because I didn't check on Groose back at Skyloft, but up to this point, you could see Groose in his room kind of sulking around because Zelda just disappeared. So the whole time he was just kind of thinking about her. I kind of missed that tiny detail because I never went to go see him. But he wants to call this place Groose Land. Yeah, I disagree. We're not calling it that. Do you even know how to get back up beyond the clouds, Groose? You can't call your bird down here. It won't come. I know how to fly up. Do you? So naive. If only he knew. Ah, no bluebird. Sometimes a bluebird can actually spawn here because of him. But not this time. I didn't want to do that. I'm just trying to pick up rocks. Because there's bugs. I want me some bugs. New session, new explanations. Yeah, get away from them. What do you gotta say? Nah, I don't need to hear research. I get it. There's land here. It just kind of tells you a lot of like extra things about the world. Some of them can be kind of helpful. Yeah, there you go. I knew one of you had to be under here. I just started and I already feel like controls are slightly off. It's probably because of how I start this. I have to put the remote down for a quick second to adjust OBS. Yeah, I am holding straight. That is not straight. It's probably because of that split second when I have to put the controller back down to swap scenes. Probably start using my left hand, I guess. Be more clumsy, but more accurate for my controller. There you go. I think the name Gruesland is still silly. Yeah, it is definitely a goofy name. It's kind of the point. Grues is just a silly dude. You can never take him seriously. Yeah, so now he's just getting the harsh truth of, yeah, I don't even know what you're doing here. You can't wield the sacred blade. You're not Zelda's chosen hero, so you don't do anything. To be fair, he does play a role later in our adventure, but he's not the chosen hero, so he has to kind of do things on the sidelines. And he's not happy. Yeah, we kind of already know the name. Thanks. You attempted to play the harp. I don't even want to try to play this instrument. So this is the harp. You swing your hand back and forth, and you strum it. That's it. And the game kind of requires you to do this kind of motion with somewhat precision. You kind of have to do it more in a rhythm. But I swear, half the time the game doesn't recognize this movement. The harp, no matter how much people can defend this game's controls, I have not heard a single person defend the controls of the harp. A lot of people just don't like how inaccurate this thing can be. Link's playing Wii music, that's what it feels like. So this is all you do. Swing back and forth in a specific rhythm to activate things. It's just looking for motion, so I'm actually going super fast right now, and that works. As long as you do apparently just like the same kind of motion in a rhythm, it doesn't have to line up with like the little glowing points on the floor, because that's basically like a metronome. You don't have to line it up with that. You have to be close to it, which is why the harp is so inaccurate. Hey Amber, how you doing? But there, we learned the Ballad of the God. It's our first song of this thing. Songs in this game are weird. Like, you learn them like other traditional Zelda games. You have to like do set events and then you learn a song, but they're only really used for one thing and then they're never used again. So songs are more of a situational thing. They're not like, say, Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker where you can play it wherever and it does something different. Doing alright, that's good to hear. I'm doing alright myself, thanks for asking. Oh, it's good we just had a spare gate of time here in this land. Problem for us, though, this gated time is asleep. We have to activate it somehow. We'll have to focus on that in a minute, because something's rumbling. Alright, we need to head outside according to this lady here, but hang on. I want to save. And I like to do this in this section. This is just hilarious. So you're supposed to go this way to go fight, but say if you're not prepared, you need to go back to Skyloft to buy some stuff. This is what happens when you try to leave. The disturbance we're feeling is not in that direction. Hurry, take the door across from me and see what is happening outside. Do you need to equip yourself before facing the unknown? Very well. I will not stop you, but you must hurry back. Yeah, she doesn't even try to stop you to leave. It's like, alright, I guess if you're gonna leave, you might as well, like, have a reason. So go get a potion or something. Alright, let's go ahead and just do this. We don't actually need anything. I just wanted to show the extra dialogue for that. The only thing I wanted was that fairy, conveniently right next to that lady. It's Grimace time. You know what's coming. Look at Groose, just terrified over there in the corner. Even his pompadour is just down because he's scared. I keep on wanting to roll. It keeps wanting to do a shield bash. Stop that. There he is, the guy we see in our dreams at the very beginning of the adventure. It's big old Grimace here. I hope you like this guy, because we're going to be fighting him 3 times in our adventure. This is just fight number 1. Alright, so we can't let him get to the temple, so there's 2 ways to fight him. One way is you cut down his feet, and then you can knock him down to get to this pillar on his head, but you can also just jump onto his head. Unfortunately, it's a little finicky, so this time we'll just go for the feet. Alright, well there goes the back. There we go. Where's Ronald? I want my Happy Meal. He comes 3 times. He forgets the Happy Meal all 3 times. He's got to pay for that. Alright, so I'm going to do like 1 strike on that pillar the first time, then the second one's going to be a spin attack. Since the spin attack hits him twice. Alright, now I also want to show this, since I kind of screwed up the first time. All these holes kind of take you a step past, but this one will always take you straight up to the very top. So if you want to shortcut back up, you take the center blower. Honestly, I don't really see much of a use for this one, personally. This is only if you need to get to the top fast. If you're like me and just trying to go to something on the side, it's not as helpful. Alright, so he's close to this geyser. I'm going to take this. There we go. Alright, 1 more hit. See, that's way easier than cutting down his feet. Especially when he starts just stomping around, makes shockwaves. You're better off just jumping on the head. Oh, okay, yeah, I kind of forgot that was like right next to a fence. There we go, this is the one I actually want to be at. Although, actually, since I'm up here, I might as well see what, like, Bruce says, for example. Bruce and the lady. I think the lady's just like, must defeat the monster, but Bruce, on the other hand, is a little different. Yeah, he's about ready to wet himself. That's, not good. Yeah, and then the lady here just kind of tells you basically about the weak spot. So if you don't know it, that's at least a good hint. There we go. That's that. Imprison 1 down. Only 2 more to go later on. Won't be seeing this guy for a bit, though, luckily. Hey, Celtics, how you doing? I will say, though, if your hands are ever in need of, like, a good massage, just fight the Imprison, because when he dies, your controller vibrates for like a good 20 seconds straight. That thing just won't stop vibrating. Still not as bad as, like, one of the very last cutscenes, Majora's Mask, if you play on the Wii U Virtual Console in particular. That gamepad vibrates for like a solid 2 minutes when you do the Oath to Order cutscene. It's stupid. Forgot you can do that strat. Yeah, that's the most beneficial way to kill the Imprisoned. There's technically like an extra thing you can do with that. I might try it in later fights. If you like time a jump attack as like your final hit, there's a chance that like if you're in the right angle, then he doesn't knock you off. But I'm not really sure how to do that. I never really got it to work. So now we just gotta slash in a pattern, and I'll seal back away the Imprisoned. I just wanted my McNuggets. That's what happens when you don't bring the nuggets. You get sealed back away.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's the game. Yeah, if only it was that easy. I know it's speedruns, it's even weirder, because you fight the Imprisoned, and then with how they do things in the order of just their sequence breaks, immediately after one of the Imprisoned fights, they just basically go into that gated time, which takes them to the final boss. So it might as well almost be at the end of the game, with how close they do it to the final boss fight now. Man, she's gonna walk that slow. Is it gonna take her like an hour to get back to the Seal Temple? This is not gonna be a very fun time. It's gonna take a bit. When I hear Ronald McDonald makes me think of that one video where Ronald McDonald snaps and starts punching people. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Or Ronald's had enough. I just say I need to Skyward strike it. Alright, let me just... Oh, you're gonna stop me. Alright, I guess I'm not allowed to do this yet. Nah, I'm just not strong enough. Hey, those places we've already been. Yeah, go back. Well, the one person we would like to ask about the Battle of the Goddess is in a completely different timeline, so I don't think we're gonna ask her. And now Groose is just gonna go sulk. So now Groose is depressed. Yeah, basically. He can't do anything to help the girl he likes. Now he's sad. And just to kind of prove Skyward Strikes don't do anything right now. It just basically ate that. Didn't even matter. I'm not gonna talk to Fi. She's just gonna tell me to go back to Skyloft, which we just got told. So we're good. We don't need to hear it. Yeah, sure. Punching that wall is gonna help. Definitely gonna help get Zelda back. Having a moment. He'll probably be fine in like... I'll give it like 3 hours, maybe 4. He's very sad. Not much we can really do about that one. He kind of has to work it out on his own. Well, I'll just leave him alone for now. Let's get back to that owl statue. It's kind of close by. I'm surprised there's no stamina fruit around this area. The closest one is nowhere near the last fruit. Oh, I rolled. Come on, game. Alright, this should put me basically next to the statue. Oh, I can't get over there because it's too high. I think I can, like, cheese it by jumping over? Maybe? Probably not. I gotta go back in the temple. It's right there. Just let me in. Let me in it. I want in the fence. Fine, I'll go around. This is so dumb. I don't know why that's locked off. And the worst part is, you would think, why don't you just take this one up? This will put you right next to the statue. No, it won't. The fence blocks you too. So, yeah, you can't get back to that statue unless you go a long way around. It's so weird. So I gotta go this way. I might as well at this point just do back in time because it would take me less time to go through loading with that than it would actually to fly back up to Skyloft. So dumb the game won't let me cheese it. It's gotta acknowledge the cheese. Oh, just seeing this reminds me, I forgot to load up my death counter. I keep on, every time I start one of these, I always forget the dang death counter. Just as a reminder to people, the corrupted file does not count towards the death count. Only deaths that are actually in my game. So that was on purpose. I died near the save. So, for people who've missed that, that is a corrupted file. The first time I did this back in time glitch, I set up a very specific save file that corrupted itself, which will load in with 1 heart. And because of it, the game technically gives you a 1 heart file, but it's always at 0 hearts. So when you load in, you just insta-die. So the file basically might as well have 0 hearts. There we go. This is where we need to go, so let's be close enough to the building I need to enter. So we need to ask someone about the Ballad of the Goddess. And unfortunately, Zelda's not here to tell us about it, so I might as well ask the father. Ask Abora about the song. How's it going down there? Oh, that seems like a personal question. Oh, you mean on the surface? Oh, okay. Saying it, saying it. Ah, I won't sing it. Peer pressure didn't work. So this is the song. We've heard Zelda sing this one a couple times. Oh, you've guided by the servant of the goddess. Unite earth and sky. And bring light to the land. They couldn't have made that scroll any slower. It's so slow. Now here's the second part. We actually haven't heard the song yet. I'm not gonna try to read this until he's like at least halfway there, because dear God, the speed. It's so bad. Like Morse code coming in. Oh, you've show the two whirling sails the way to Light Tower, and before you a path shall open, and a heavenly song you shall hear. So that part we never heard, and it's basically a hint as to what we're doing next. Eyebrows have the same shape as the owl too. I mean, that's the point, because since it's a prequel game, Gaebora is the ancestor to the owl from Ocarina of Time. Gaebora. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't just drop down before. That would have been a better idea. Should have probably just done that. Let me get the gust bells ready. We're gonna need it. So, you may have noticed these little towers here on some of our visits over the Skyloft. This is what we need to interact with. There's two of these towers we're gonna blow around now with our gust bellows. There we go. That's one set, but unfortunately, the other tower that's over there, if I can take away the Zelda senses that don't work now, that one doesn't have any way of activating it right now. We need to find the pinwheel piece, and it's just not here. So, we're gonna need some help to retrieve that. Could he be the ancestor to Rauru? I believe he is, because he looks like Rauru in his human form, but then he also looks like the owl, because of like the eyebrows, and he has basically the same name. Yo, you're not actually talking about that thing back there yet? That's surprising. Oh, I think I know why. I actually have to go inspect that pinwheel first, and then that'll work. So I probably should have done the other one first. I don't think it matters. Can't remember exactly if this one's always the missing one or not. She's still missing? You guys haven't even tried to find her? Not the greatest parents. If only they all knew. If only they knew there's something way more beyond those clouds. There you go, that's what I was looking for. A flying robot. We kind of need that because even though this propeller, I'm pretty sure we could just stuff in our back pocket because it's not really that heavy or big. We need the help of someone else to carry it back to Skyloft. So I need to go and talk to Gonzo. Yeah, I got a favor to ask you. Can I have that pile of junk back there? The robot look familiar to you guys? That robot is from the Lanero province. That's one of those robots we've seen every time we went in the past. But obviously it's years later, so the thing's destroyed. But this guy can get back working with an ancient flower. That's why last time I made sure I had one extra ancient flower before he upgraded stuff, because we need this for progression. It's the only real time I believe in the whole game where they require you to get one of the collectibles to proceed. There's nothing else that comes to my mind kind of holds your progression like this. To be fair, ancient flowers aren't that hard to get, so it's not that big of a deal. Like how he got all the rust off too and restored all the paint in just 2 seconds. That's the fastest restore job of anyone I've ever seen. Yeah, so this robot is very grateful to the guy who fixed him, not to us. He actually hates us for some reason. I don't know why, but he just basically does not like dealing with us at all. He does not care. It's because we're a child to him. He does not care. On the other hand, look at how he's staring at Fi. Someone's got a crush on Fi. Someone's really got a crush on her if you're just gonna carry everything for her. You're like that kid in high school that's always gonna carry his crush's books. And now he's just gonna call us Master Short Pants every time he sees us. I can't remember what he calls you in the Japanese version, but in the Japanese version, he calls you something a little more respectful. But then in the American version of this game, he just does not give a crap. Right down to Master Short Pants. Very disrespectful way of talking to me. Hi. Yes, I get treasure. Stop staring at me with those big, gorgeous eyes. Can't look away. No, I got business elsewhere. Alright, good. Sacred Shield showed up. I can finally buy my new shield. But I gotta put away my old ones first. So I'm gonna put away this shield. I'm gonna move the wooden shield down. Because I would want to be able to point up to take away my other shield at times. We're never gonna use the iron shield again at this point. This, on the other hand, this shield is gonna get a lot of use. It's pretty much our shield for the rest of the adventure. I'm not kidding. We're gonna be using this basically until the very end of the game. Even then, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna be using this for the very end of my adventure. That's a nice chin. Or nice neck. I can't even see your chin. Somewhere down there. So this shield is basically the best kind of shield because it regenerates its energy. It's immune to all types of hazards like fire, electricity, and such. But the catch is, look at that meter. It's puny. It's not really that big of a deal. Just don't spam your shield too much and it'll just regenerate on its own. But we can upgrade the shield, luckily. I don't think I have anything right now that can be used with the shield, though. Yeah, we have not gotten those yet, so I can't upgrade the shield just yet. We're close. So now we can start dowsing for our missing propeller, but we have the weird side effect that I skipped that fire trigger at the end of the Lanayru mining facility that would disable my Zelda sense. So it technically looks like we're scouting for Zelda, but it's just an icon glitch because as you can see here, I'm scanning for where the propeller would be. That's actually where it is. It's in the Elden Volcano region. But it shows up as Zelda for some weird reason now. And that's how it's going to be for the rest of our adventure. Anytime there's something on the top dowsing section, it's just going to be Zelda. Even though it's really not. It's just a funny little graphic bug. Where we need to go for this propeller is actually right back to the Earth Temple. It's basically right next to the entrance of the Earth Temple, so this works out for us. Oh, another thing I also show now too, since we're here, this would be the best place to do it. Anytime you notice butterflies like this just all together in one place, take out your harp and just start strumming. Here's a Sheikah stone. Remember how in the very beginning of the adventure we just found one of these in Skyloft, just kind of appeared out of nowhere? That was the only one in the whole game up until this point. We finally can use the Sheikah stones outside of the hub town of the game. It only just took getting an item 1/3 into your adventure to finally get hints outside the starting town. Like, why? It's so bad. Then now they can tell me things like the Goddess Cube, some of them can have a piece of heart, which is helpful to know. So, it took a long time to get one of those things to show up, and I'm honestly confused why. It's good we finally have access to them, but the first time you call them, they're always going to drop the collectible. So, even if you're not going to use them, call them anyways for the collectibles. Look at him sucking up the fire. Come on. I'm right here too, you know. Hey! I'm the one who fixed you, or helped to fix you. Don't talk to me like that. I will break you once again. Yeah, we definitely need to get back to the sky in a different way. I'm gonna show a very weird way to activate this. It works, and it's the weirdest thing, so we're gonna do it. Before I go, I just remembered something. You can mess with these Sheikah stones a bit, depending on the item. It kind of shrinks down and swivels all over the place when you use gust bellows on it. I believe if you just use your beetle, it just bounces off of it. So that's really nothing. The slingshot, again, it just makes a bouncing sound, but just kind of knocks itself off. But here's an old classic. Everyone remembers this one from Ocarina of Time. Drop a bomb next to the stone. And just wait for it to take off. And it just explodes. And another one comes in its place. If they put stones like that in a Zelda game, you know they had to just reference the random take off like a rocket thing when you blow them up. You knew they had to be here. Alright, so we're gonna go back to Skyloft using Back in Time. But we're gonna do things very different, because the thing is, when it comes to getting this propeller back right now, the game is just looking for us to get back to Skyloft with it. It's not looking for a very specific way. Like, you don't have to fly in at a specific area to jump in. It just sees if you're at Skyloft, then it plays the next cutscene of you bringing back the propeller. So what we're gonna do is, I don't think this works with the Back in Time saving, but it does work, on the other hand, for this cutscene to activate if we go through a door in Skyloft and load our file. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Sheikah Stone's blasting off again. I think we can do that one here as well. I think we can blow up the one in Skyloft. Alright, so let's go ahead and enter this house. And now I'm going to immediately get ready to load a file here. So now I'm going to load this file as soon as I leave. We've done this kind of warp to get back to Skyloft before, but now we get a cutscene ready to play. Normally when you drop in with the propeller, it just drops you right next to the last pillar area you got to interact with, and the cutscene just starts to play. So in our case, we're just dropping in randomly, and then we're nowhere near it. But after this guy goes away, something different's gonna happen. There's our robot friend. You jerk, you just dropped it back down to the surface. Now go get it. Go get it. Yeah, I gotta travel somewhere? Travel straight down and pick that back up. You just dropped it below the clouds again, jerk. Who's talking to us? There's a wall next to me. There's no person. Oh, suddenly we're back over to the windmill, I see. Yeah, so this cutscene, like I said, this basically plays the moment you get back to Skyloft. It doesn't matter where you're at. It's supposed to drop you right here, next to the windmill. But because I did that fancy warp with Back in Time, which just dropped me in the middle of nowhere, the closest place that warp took me was back over to the goddess statue. But the cutscene played out over the goddess statue instead. It was a little messed up. So messed up, the camera couldn't even keep up with that. Hang on. I gotta come back. It's too much. Oh, where am I going? I forgot the whole reason why I was here. Was to activate that thing. Although you do notice the music is not playing. It's kind of a weird side effect. Like the game still thinks we're over next to the goddess statue when we're not. That's not too high. Oh, that was a dragonfly. That's fine. I don't think I'll need that one. I think I'm okay. May as well, if I made a mistake, get some money on the way back. Alright, now let's activate this. This one's gonna take a little bit. I wish I could turn this thing to the right and not the left, but fortunately, we can only go from left to right. It's weird how it goes counterclockwise and not clockwise. There we go. So empty in Skyloft without any music. Surprising you don't drop down a ladder when you're out of stamina. At that point, I would just be too tired and just, well, let go. Alright, it's time for another section where us using the harp. So it's just gonna be us just strumming in a very weird rhythm. Controller, please. Worst part is, trying to do this kind of fast to keep up with the rhythm. Got a nunchuck attached, that's not that long. So I'm afraid if I whip my arm too fast, I'm gonna rip the nunchuck out of the socket. All that just to turn this thing slightly over to the side and shine a light through the clouds. I couldn't just push this thing. You hear a rumor that the PS5 can, like, if you get stuck on a certain part of the game, they'll make you pay to get a hint. That sounds disgusting. I wouldn't be surprised we're in this microtransaction era of gaming at this point where devs want to charge you for anything. I really hope that's not true. That seems like a really terrible thing for a dev to do. Especially when you have something called the internet, where you can look up the solution to a game that you're stuck in for free. So what's the point? That'd be like an unnecessary paywall for something that's completely free if you actually just go out your way to look for it. That makes zero sense. Oh, tornado, really? It spawned right in front of me. It's just kind of a nuisance. It doesn't really do much to harm you. If you want to be honest, you could just call your bird and go right back like nothing ever happened. What's weird about this opening in the cloud? They can fly in sideways. I don't know how that works, but it just does. Little tire microtransactions, same. They're getting really bad anymore in these dang games. So if that rumor would be a thing for the next gen systems, like, oh yeah, here, pay for this hint. That is bad. It's almost in a way kind of going back to like the early 90 days of kind of like paying for a hotline hint. But nowadays it's completely useless when we have so many sources to look up information. It would make no sense for devs to do that. They would just lose a lot of their customers. Yeah, so this whole thing is just a giant puzzle. Not really that hard of a puzzle, if you want to be honest. This is not like, say, the Master Sword puzzle from Twilight Princess. Which is even worse depending what version of the game you're playing. Okay, well I have to activate this like one more time like this. There's a way to do this in like one swipe. I couldn't remember the solution. It's fine. Wait, can I not push it back that way now? Oh, yeah, you can only do it one direction. Alright, kind of screwed this up a little more than I thought, but that's okay. Just more time consuming, that's all. Worst part about this puzzle is actually hitting that thing pillar. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Still on the idea of gaming's eventually gonna go to just streaming the game, like actually owning it. Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a weird thing when that finally does happen. It's more or less, I just don't think it's gonna work gaming-wise because so much input lag with that kind of thing. We don't want that to be a problem, but it will be a problem. We all know it. It's already one on Google Stadia. That's why Stadia is doing terrible right now. No one wants to play something they don't own with terrible input delay. It's just stupid. I mean, that's my biggest problem, because I don't care about, like, the owning thing as long as they're a good storefront about it, which, unfortunately, nowadays that seems to be more of a problem. But it's just the input delay is going to be the major problem for streaming. Because I own a lot of digital games now, and I know for the fact, like, next console generation, I'm probably just going to go PC and then Nintendo, because that's the best way of going about it at this point. But doing that means that a good chunk of my games are going to just be digital, because the PC is basically a digital library. So I can deal with that, it's fine, but at the same time, it's like, it's going to bug me if it's like a certain game that's just going to get delisted like a week later and then I can never download it. It's going to depend on the storefront. Some are fine about like Steam, but others are kind of wish-washy from what I've seen. I can see why they call this place the Isle of Songs. They got singing statues. Didn't know you roll into that. Yeah, any crawl space you can start a roll into, which makes things so much faster for traversing around. Look at that sick ballet skills. Someone had the motion cap all that. You got total whiplash, also known as Pharaoh's Courage. Why did they do that? It's the stupidest thing for them to do. Now for his courage, we can open up one of the many trials in our game. Back in Faron Woods. Got a kink in your neck. I also got a Zelda on your sword. Can you just, like, stop that? You can't see Zelda anymore, Link. Alright, it's gonna take us forever to get out of here, so I'm just gonna back in time it. We're doing a lot of back in time here today. A useful glitch. This one just because it takes forever to leave the Isle of Songs to get back to the main map. It takes like 2 minutes? Probably close to 3 when I'm actually going from the Isle of Songs to Faron. It's a long go. So I might as well just back in time. Yeah, and the music in those sections are really good songs. My only issue with them is more or less certain songs later on, because how they present it is that when you learn it, it's like this really triumphant sounding song, and it's really well done. But then when you hear the version where Link plays his harp, it kind of ruins some songs. And one of the most well-known ones in that regard is the one for the Elden Volcano province. That just doesn't sound as good as how you learn it. Because when you learn the song, it doesn't sound bad, but when Link plays it, ooh, it's not great. Oh, I see you, Moneybird. Maybe you go away. Stop doing so many bank turns. I can't bank turn that fast. Alright, so we're going to drop in here to the viewing platform. Because right now you're supposed to drop in, do this long search around the area, dowsing around for your trial point. But if you know where to go, then you can just drop in and just go straight to where you gotta play your song. The trial gates is literally right next to this bird statue. So just drop down here. Ah, no Amber Relic. Alright, so let's go ahead and douse for it. Yep, that is indeed Zelda right there in that pit. I swear, activating these things is a gamble sometimes. I swear, sometimes certain rhythms open these portals up and sometimes certain ones don't. It's always different, I feel. It's very unresponsive. Motion controls, please. Harp is so bad. I will defend a lot of things about Skyward Sword controls. But I'm never defending that harp. That harp is just hot garbage. It's seriously like someone played Wii Music, said, yeah, that's some good controls. Put that in the next Zelda game, please. It is so unresponsive. And this is with Remotion Plus. Like, come on. Can't get any better than that. Even when Fi's not with us, she still gives us a tutorial. Oh, Fi. Can't even give us 5 minutes of alone time, I see. So this is a spirit realm. The goal here is to collect a certain number of tears to fill up your gauge, and then you complete the trial. But the catch is, you're not going on combat here, you're going on stealth. If you get caught at all, you fail. You can luckily get a guard to notice you, but if they attack you with like their scythes or axes, that counts as them catching you and the whole trial needs to be restarted. It's a pretty rough section, not gonna lie, for a first playthrough. This is the easiest I'll all the spirit trials, it kind of eases you into how it works. Because a lot of these tiers are pretty condensed. They're very close to each other. The later ones get pretty brutal. This is our safe zone. Kind of think like the Dark Realm in like Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, where there's a safe zone. This is the only one you get in the Silent Trial, the beginning area. As long as you're here, Guardians cannot attack you. Oh, I'm good. I think I explained it better than you, Fi. So as soon as we leave this point, we're immediately noticed. You can't get around this. Fix it! Grab a tier. Every time you grab one of these tiers, your timer is reset to 90 seconds of safety. And then you got these things here, these little white things. You want these. This is all light fruit, and this will basically put beacons all over the place for you. So now we can easily see where these tiers are. It's only for 30 seconds. They don't show up on your map, but fun fact about these sections. The more you fail, the more Fi just says, alright, you suck at this, so I'm going to help you more by more. She kind of tells you where to go for some, and then at one point she just puts all the tiers on your map. She feels that bad for you, she just guides you out. It's bad. I think the tier mission here is worse than Twilight Princess. I've heard a lot of people say they despise these sections. I don't mind them nearly as much as other people. I actually think these are kind of better than the ones from TP, but that's mainly because they're more condensed. The ones in Twilight Princess take forever. Compared to this, you can beat one of these sections in like 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, the one out of Volcano is probably one of the worst. Well, it's not the hardest. It's definitely one of the more stressful ones. I honestly think the worst one is actually the final one. Because spoilers, there's one in Skyloft, and that one's real bad. It's a very condensed area, but there's so many things that can catch you there and throw you off guard. And we can finally get Dusk Relics! That's the best part about these areas. They give you the one last collectible you need, and it's like half of the stuff requires a Dusk Relic for their upgrade. It's about time. Oh, I seen that Dusk Relic through the tree graphic. Thank you, 480p Gaming. You have seams everywhere. Alright, get back some of my stamina here. I'm gonna do something a little bit easier. Oh, go back, Link. I didn't want to actually get on this yet. I'm gonna actually jump there. Right in the middle. Then climb back up. Saves me some stamina. A little bit faster. At least I think it is. I gotta wait here for a second, kind of maneuver around you guys. A little scary, but it works. Grab you. Oh, I just seen that. Go back. I want that Dusk Relic. It's my Dusk Relic now. Alright, good. The water's receding. You do not want to step in that walking water. That's an insta-find. Oh, come on, I rolled. Disagree. Get this Dusk Relic. Backflip off, why not? I only got 3 more of these tiers. Luckily, it's not going to be that big of a deal at this point. I'm just on this way back up to the slope, which will lead us right to another one. Got a lot of these Dusk Relics so far. So I kind of alerted one of the, like the Watchers that were just floating around, but I wasn't in direct sight, so he didn't actually catch me. There you go. That's all the tiers. Never got caught once. This one is by far the easiest, so it makes sense to not get caught here. Later ones are going to be harder to avoid these guys. And before we leave, we want to actually have another scatter round. Or at least in this area. We got all the tiers. That's the menu I wanted. I want this one. I want to see how many dusk relics we got. I think 6 is pretty good. Alright, there's one more I want to check real fast. I got 90 seconds to do this before they want to come and murder me, so I'm fine. That's what I thought. I knew you were going to hide one here. You always do. Alright, that's that. Remember when Breath of the Wild was coming out? I was pleading them not to bring this back and they didn't. I know a lot of people didn't like these sections, so I think they just kind of dropped the idea of the tier stuff in general because it was just repetitive. People didn't care for it. Remember Chugging having an oopsie here. I remember he had some weird fumble. Oh no, I remember one of the things. For some reason, in Chuck and Conray's Let's Play this game, in the beginning, he called the walking water, like he called it, it was waking water, but he kept on calling it walking water. I think that's what it was, and I think I accidentally called it the same because I was thinking of that moment. And a lot of people called him out for that, saying, hey, that's the wrong thing. It's waking water, not walking water. And he ran the specific video where he encounters the water for the first time by a couple people to proofread things, and no one caught it. They all thought the same thing. Apparently, a lot of people just misread the water as walking water instead of waking water. To be fair, if you played this game when it first came out on a CRT, I wouldn't be surprised because that text is so hard to read on a CRT. Since it's a late era Wii game, this was a game by default you would have to play in 16:9. Even if your Wii was set in 4:3, it's gonna shrink it to 16:9. So good luck trying to read that small text on a CRT. Remember correctly, Dusk Relics are missable? Actually, no, they're not. The nice thing about the Dusk Relics... Oh boy, I missed that. Ow! I drowned right next to the bubble. Well, I got a fairy, so this should help me a tiny bit. Oh, he fills your air, too. That's good. I didn't think I was going to miss. Weird thing is you have to control this with motion controls, so sometimes it's kind of hard to do a bank turn. But yeah, Dusk Relics are not missable because there is a section later in the game where you're allowed to replay every Silent Realm you went through. And because of that, the Dusk Relics you can collect in those said trials. So they're not missable, luckily. Okay, let me try that again. Pretty sure I can actually, like, swim up just like this. Yeah, there you go. And that'll work out. Get away from me, you fat fish. Explode already. There you go. I'm gonna go this way. Ah, barely. Oh, I didn't know you can stand on that. That's weird. I watched a new Scott the Woz. That was a really good one. Yeah, I seen that. This video that covered all the anime games, and at the end, he basically just had himself in an anime battle. It was very clever. I guess speaking of anime, I don't know of another good way to segue into this. But, like yesterday, I seen he had a comeback after his break. But unfortunately, we also had a loss that same day. Dragon Ball Z Abridged, the series everyone has grown to love on the internet, has finally come to an end. Yesterday, Team 4-Star officially announced that they're ending the series. Apparently, they made a post like earlier in the week on their Patreon to explain to people, saying we're gonna be ending it. Like we're basically ending it now. But it wasn't until they released their video that it basically confirmed it to people. And man, it really sucks to see. Like, I understand exactly why they have to end it, especially going forward as a YouTube channel. You kind of can't keep on doing something heavily copywritten like that. And really, you can't keep on doing something heavily copywritten like that and expecting your channel to survive, because their channel got taken down multiple times throughout the whole life of DBZ Abridged. It was really scary for them. And honestly, I'm surprised the show was able to continue past the first time the channel got taken down. I kind of thought when that first happened, that was going to be the end of them right there. And that would just cancel DBZ Abridged because they can't do it anymore. So they did the show way longer than anyone expected. Or at least a lot of people expected, because there's a lot of angry people not understanding how this works. Being entitled, saying, continue making the show, blah, blah, blah. You're going to ruin yourself. It's like, no, in fact, they're doing things for their benefit because the show was a concern from them going forward. I completely understand it. It's just sad to see. As a longtime fan, but watching since the very beginning, it's sad to see the show basically just end at this point. It at least had a proper ending. Episode 60, they wrote like a finale in case the show wouldn't be able to continue. Can I please get up this ledge? Why is this the worst ledge to get up? Yeah, episode 60 they did write as the end of the show in case they couldn't do the Boo Saga. And it's a good thing they did, because you can even see in their video when they announced that they're ending it. Like, Kaiser was in tears, basically. Like, he was very emotional, same for Lane Bator. Like, they didn't want to end the show, you can see it. But they had to, because going forward, the show would be way more risky to continue. All because of Toei. The major one, you know, at this point is Toei with their copyright strikes. They don't want anyone reposting the series. It's risky for that reason. Yeah, I think that's kind of like a lot of the responses I've been seeing from people. It's because of how sudden it kind of felt to a lot of longtime fans, because they were hinting at this for a bit, but they never actually like flat out came out saying, yeah, we're gonna confirm ending because we just can't do this for legal reasons now. I feel like they may have gotten another cease and desist from Toei, so I didn't want to take another risk and just had to stop. It almost looked like this was kind of like a decision they had to make within the past month. And it could all be because of like a cease and desist. Who knows? Because that wouldn't be the first time they've gotten one of those. Where are the seeds? I seriously walked through the seeds? Where'd you come from, bees? Go away! Quick, catch the bees, so I don't die. Get rid of this thing. Someone's sleeping. I'm gonna find you and wake you up. Hi, big boy. How you doing? See you later. You don't even need to fight that guy. Just run over his shield. Alright, we'll fight him. I just want to check this instead in case I die. Because if he hits me once, I'm dead. Okay, good news, I didn't die. Bad news, I'm down here now, so I might as well die. Thank you. I'd rather do that at this point. I'll take the L. Add another number to my death counter. There. Now I'm back up here. Had the hardest time fighting moblins. The biggest thing when you're fighting those guys, stun them with a slingshot seed. Once you stun them, then you can just wail on them. Man, I gotta feel bad for all those goblins. Every one of them. Everyone has to go off the nice old tree now. Oh, there's one left. Not anymore. I didn't mean to fall. Well, that sucks. There's only one way back up there at this point besides death, so I'm just gonna fly. I was wanting to get to the edge there so I can look around, see if there's a collectible, but nah, Link just wants to fall. This is why as soon as you get basically at the top of the tree, check the bird statue immediately. If you fall, you have to redo that whole climb again. So check the statue, make it a quick warp point. There we go. Much better. All that time I took just to leave and come back to the area to fly in to the top of the great tree took much less time than just climbing that again. Much better. I do believe the goblins respawn though, so I'm gonna turn my camera around to make sure. No, they're still gone. Yeah, they're all gone. The fall was too devastating. The keys are back for some reason. Kinda weird how you guys come back, but not. The bokoblins, that's kinda inconsistent, but sure. Okay, now get over here and look around. Don't fall this time. This is kind of weird. I have to knock you guys off to get you into my collectible screen. Why couldn't I just grab you when I was on the vine? That was weird. Yeah, so the whole time you're climbing up this tree, you're wondering, what the heck is that sound? Well, as soon as you get to the very top, you find out. Master, what is that thing? It's a very old looking Kikwi. That's him sleeping. Let's wake him up. Ah, hard metal! Young whippersnappers don't know how to treat your elderly with respect. Sure, you've met me at one point. Oh, well, actually, yeah. He kind of has. Yeah, I know what to do. Wow, I just skipped a whole bunch of dialogue. That's very convenient. All because we're in hero mode. Man, the back of him, it does not look healthy. It looks really bad. probably tastes like old cave moss. I'm not gonna find that one out. Alright, so what's the closest way to jump down? Just wait. Actually, did I check this? Yeah, okay, I checked all the bird statues, so I'm just gonna jump this way. Looper! Oh, that's fine. I think I'm good in those now. So the game wants me to go check a very specific area to learn the symbol to draw, but if you played any Zelda game, you know what to draw when you get to this point, so I'm not gonna do it. I know what to draw. Get out of here. I gotta get down here a little bit to get away from that creature. Over here, red rupee. I wants. Nice shake of the nunchuck. There you go. Alright, so right here is where you get to draw your symbol. So let me actually take a bench break here. I need to recover some health. Can I sit the other way? I kind of want to have him staring at the camera. There you go. Perfect. Look at the nice tree in the background. While Link rests up, I'm actually going to go ahead and take a quick little break here myself to get up and stretch my legs. Because I've been sitting like Link for a bit, and I need to get up. That'd be good. As Link dozes off. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be taking a quick little break here before Link falls. And when we come back, we'll be opening up that door and continuing more exploring of Faron Woods. So, stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a moment. Alright, we're back. So, let's go ahead and get up and get to that door after we save. I want to save first here. Get the stupid thing off me. Stupid shoe. Actually, is there anything over here sometimes? Or like an amber relic can spawn in this corner? Not this time, though. Alright, I want to go over here and save. Because I want to show something weird about this area. So here, let me go ahead and get my Skyward Strike ready, because you need your Skyward Strike in order to be able to draw the symbol. So what the symbol is, circle. Not my circles though, my circles suck. Try that again. A little hard to draw this perfectly because the controller could be very jittery. It's not even going like fully left, that's another problem. Like stopping at one point, but that's good enough. There you go. You draw a circle, then you complete the symbol. If you played any Zelda game with Din, Foray, and Nehru, you know this symbol. It's in so many Zelda games. So you're supposed to run all the way down here, and then when you get to the end, then you jump off, and then you fall down below. And as you can see, there's a lot of water down there. And you go through this very long section to get to the water dragon. Say if you don't want to do any of that, and say, you know, you just want to get a move on. Oh, you can. Because they didn't properly code this fence. So you can jump on the fence and fall off like so. And they get impaled by the fence because that seems comfortable. It's kind of awkward to maneuver around here. There we go. Alright, I want to jump up here. When we were first here in the Faron Woods, I did show this, but I didn't show the full extent because it would have got us to a later area I didn't want to talk about yet. So you can use that little out of bounds jump, get all the way over here, And Link's like, oh, what's this? So we've already done a sequence break because now we're getting told about something a little weird. Yeah, we're getting told now we're in this area, which you're not supposed to be able to get this until you come from this entryway into the Faron Woods. So we're doing this a little bit backwards. But I didn't look right because you're supposed to get it coming into this log section. But if I go into this area, as you can see, we're at Lake Floria. I can check this bird statue. And more importantly, if I go into here, here's where the water dragon is. And I can interact with the water dragon right now if we wanted to. As you can see, talk options there, and you play this whole sequence properly. You completely skip the whole trick getting here. So that's why I made a save. We're gonna do it. I don't want to actually skip all that, I just want to show it's possible. But now that you guys know about the water dragon being there, we're gonna go through all that in a minute. Because we have one more thing we gotta do. We're gonna go to the sky. Alright, now let's make a U-turn and go right back. The reason why I'm doing this is we are actually wanting to go do something right now. This is just going to save us a backtrack here in a few minutes. So I might as well just do this first, especially because I already know about this whole thing. We're going to go to the Forest Temple. This may seem weird, but the reason why we're going to the Forest Temple is that when we talk to the water dragon, she's going to railroad us and say, hey, I need some help, so can you give me like this sacred water? And then they point you in the direction of going back to the sealed temple because this is where that said sacred water is. So yeah, this place is more dangerous than it was before. So I'm going to keep the potion. Actually, I'm convenient because I already have an empty bottle. I need an empty bottle for this, so this works out. We're going to save here. I'm actually want to use that statue here, so we're going to be doing back in time here in just a moment. But I wanted to activate the statue now because I wanted to go ahead and showcase something. But before we do all that, we got this guy here first. Kind of weird to see you here because I've seen you on a volcano. Went from a volcano to this place. Nope, I'm not here for treasure. Stone guy. There's butterflies, I must strum. Yeah, so, anytime you see butterflies, use your harp. In dungeons, instead of giving you a Sheikah stone, it gives you one of these placards that you can go ahead and interact with. So I can use this to go ahead and draw on the wall and just get whatever. So I'm gonna draw me some money. I'm gonna win an art reward for that rupee. Did I say I'm gonna win a reward? I mean, I'm gonna get some hearts because I failed. This is the only way you get recovery hearts in hero mode, by the way. Recovery hearts never show up except on those walls. The goddess walls are the only way you get it. Alright, I'm gonna make another save here. I forgot that was gonna happen. Alright, who locked the door? Now I gotta go get me a key. You buried something right around here, you say, huh? Yeah. I wonder if it's through this little crevice I seen the first time we were here. If I can get in the hole, that is. It's a little weird because crawl spaces work the same way underwater as they do on dry land, so getting in a crawl space underwater is kind of awkward. But yeah, we dig in here, get ourselves a small key, and using said small key, now we can get back into the center room of this dungeon that we were able to get to easily on our first trip because we unlocked the door the first time. And hi, buddy. How you doing? Ow. Jeez, get sniped. Yeah, so we had to do an extra little trip just to get a key. It's a little excessive. But that's one way we can do it. There's another way we can get here. I want to show that, but I need your help. Can you help me? Thank you. Okay, well, I was trying to do that to myself, but thank you for the extra assist. I'll take the def here for this one. Yeah, now you can see why I wanted to die. We're doing back in time. Everyone's favorite glitch. So we're going to do something called a bit warp. I believe we've done one of these before in the playthrough. It's hard to remember. This is like the first instance of where a bit warp is useful in a speedrun. So I figured we have to revisit this dungeon. So we might as well showcase the bit warp in our second go through. Because the dungeon's basically the same thing. Except now we have to get a key and then work our way back to the center. A little extra detour there. So we're going to go over to the statue, and we're going to save and load our file at the exact same time. Now, the coordinates of that owl statue, I like to keep on calling those that from Majora's Mask. The coordinates from that bird statue from Skyloft matches up with the coordinates here in this dungeon, basically in like the center. But as you can see, certain things are deloaded, so the ropes aren't there anymore across the gaps. The gate that's here deloads as well. There's a heart piece that's supposed to be in here. Again, it's not loaded. So as you can see, a lot of stuff just doesn't show up properly. You can either save at this bird statue and reset your game, or die, basically, to reset as well, which would fix it. Or a quicker way is just to go in and out of the room, and then everything loads back up like it's supposed to. There you go. Now we're back. It's like nothing ever happened. Doing that just skips the key at this point. There's nothing but water. Oh, I need some water. Stay hydrated. If only you were here hours ago when I was here the first time. I'm gonna save at this statue for safety. Everything about this dungeon's a little bit more difficult, but there's no more boss here anymore because Girahim was the boss of the first dungeon. He doesn't come back, so we luckily don't have to refight him. But they do replace that boss fight with a little mini boss fight here in order to get this water. Hope you like some Stalfos, because now you fight 3 of them. Here's an easy way you can fight Stalfos. Drop a bomb and wait for it to explode. So I'm going to bait them back into the bomb. There go all their arms. Use a bomb to immediately destroy these guys, and then you can start doing damage. This works in basically every Zelda game these guys are featured in. Minus Ocarina of Time. That's like the one exception. Oh, I'm trying to roll! That's why I made that extra save. That was my safety because of that. Although I don't know how many bombs I have now, so I may want to just actually quit the file. Yeah, I'm going to quit the file. That'd make more sense. Then I can reload and get my bombs back. There we go, back to 7. I don't think it would have had enough bombs to easily kill all these Stalfos, so I'll just reset them back. Safer bet. Oh, I think that's way too far away, yeah. Ow. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Luckily that doesn't. Running in circles. Ah, did not work out. Ow. These guys are not easy to fight when you have 6 hearts. And one of their attacks can do 4 hearts of damage. It's like a mosh pit every time I do that. Let me take off my shield so it's a little bit easier to roll. Yeah, there we go. Way easier to get out of there now. Oh, man. Okay, one's down. And they're both down. All right, that's it. It's all 3. And now we can actually get out of here properly. Although, the nice thing for us is that we didn't pick up the heart container the first time. So it does show back up here. I'm allergic to heart containers though, so that's gotta stay where it is. Feel so weirded out by the boss doors. It is a very different design, yeah. Just because of how they wanted to have it set up for like the puzzle keys, it looks very different. Man, that's a lot of bluebirds. So much money I can see in my future. Alright, let's go a little bit slower because it's getting close. There we go. Oh, come on! So close. I know this one's just kind of a pain to get to. There we go, got it. Heart containers give me uncontrollable gas. That's why I have to avoid them. Otherwise, I'll never be out of the bathroom. Can't have hero pooping. That one just doesn't work. You know, I'm not going to be using this potion at this point because of my shield. So I might as well get the health back. And get a fairy because of it. Now, if... Well, actually, no. I can't do the sensing because we didn't get that center. But if I sense this, it would show up as sacred water. So I can just get this water, and that's that. So the only unfortunate thing is we can't leave here that easily. Because the thing is, I believe when you do this naturally, when the water dragon tells you to go get the sacred water and that's when you go after this, I believe then there's a cutscene where Fi will take you out of the dungeon. We don't have that here, so I gotta leave the way we came in. Conveniently for us, the boss doors for once are two-way. They fixed their issue. You can finally leave through the boss room in this game, compared to every other game in the series. Every other game, you're not allowed to leave the boss room. You're stuck. Alright, so at this point, I would leave and then I would fly back up and turn around, so I might as well go back to Skyloft for some upgrades. So now it's time for the obvious. You already know what I'm doing if I'm quitting the game. Time to go back again. Surprised there's really no lag there this time. Normally that bird statue gives me a lot of lag. How's Scrapper treating me? Like garbage. Host Fi though, but he hates me. So I can easily upgrade my shield. I basically have everything I need for this. Barely enough skulls. Actually, before I upgrade that... What do I need for the slingshot? Okay, it wouldn't have mattered. I was afraid this would have needed skulls as well, but it actually just doesn't even need any of that stuff. So we're good. I got more than enough Dusk Relics to upgrade everything. I'm not worried about the Dusk Relics. Now we got an upgrade slingshot, the scatter shot. This thing's not that much better, if you want to be honest. If you hold down the A button now, then you charge up an extra shot, which releases more seeds. You luckily don't spend any more of your seeds that you already have for the extra shot. I'm guessing you're just pulling extra seeds out of thin air for it. But the weird thing is, it's so hard to aim with the seeds. That's the biggest problem. It's good in a pinch, I guess, if you need to stun something fast, but... I don't know, I don't find it as useful as just using the slingshot by itself, so I won't be using that charge shot all too often. Now we got the Divine Shield, so it's a little bit better durability-wise. I think it's like almost half of the meter better. Are you kidding me? I'm off by one stupid feather. I will be back, Gonzo. Mark my words. I will be upgrading this shield soon. Off by one feather. You gotta be kidding me. I'm focused so much on the blue feathers because they're rare and they give you a crap ton of money. I'm not focused on the standard feathers, and now that screws me. How it goes. I don't know how you feel about it, but I really like when a game has a fishing minigame in it. Been playing 3 Houses made me realize I just like fishing minigames. I mean, it depends, because some games I don't mind a fishing minigame. It depends on how they control. Because in some games they're fine, and others not so much. Like, Majora's Mask 3D is a good example. They added fishing to that, and it has no reason to exist. There's nothing you can really do with fishing. It doesn't give you anything. And it just feels like a waste of time. So that's my thing. Like, if they're gonna put a fishing minigame in, there's gotta be a reason to play it. Actually, wait, that's not the one I want to go to. I think In the Woods is the closest one. So I'll go here. Didn't mind playing Big Story in SA1. I mean, see, that one's not bad. The biggest problem with the fishing in that one is just sometimes it's a little unresponsive and glitchy. Because it's Sonic Adventure, of course it's glitchy. Nothing in that game is solidly built. There. Next time I go back to Skyloft, I can upgrade my stupid shield. Like, I didn't mind the fishing all too much in SA1 as well, but my biggest complaint is sometimes I didn't like how sometimes the fish would just randomly break your line when you're doing nothing different. And because of that, I don't know. Some things about fishing I could do without. If they improved upon it, I would like it more. That's probably why I always liked Ocarina fishing better than SA1 fishing. But even then, Ocarina of Time's fishing isn't that great either. It's kind of hard to do that reliably. Alright, so I could open this door, but you know what? I just, no. We're not opening the door. We're doing this the true man's way. By going out of bounds. That hurts every time. So what's weird is if I drop down here, I believe. Yeah, I'm more lined up for this now, so if I can engulf my vision in red. There you go. I can just jump over here, and now I just run along the side like this. And then when I jump down, it will actually put Link in the area I need to go to next. I don't even need to draw a 4A symbol. I can just go. So why not? Welcome to Lake Floria. Very big puddle down here. I like how the map's already colored in, which is kind of weird, but sure. I don't even know why it's actually colored in, because I did explore this area early, but then I quit the game. Oh, I think I know why. It's probably because of, like, the extra thing we did with the Lanayru province in last stream. It's probably because of that sequence break. It filled in the rest of my maps. Avoid eye contact and back away slowly. How do you avoid eye contact when your eyes are sideways? How do you even looking at me? You're like a bird and you can see both in front and behind you? This is questions I want to have answers to. Now, interesting thing about this section. That little sequence break jump I did, you can do that anytime in the game. If you jump down into Lake Floria without the water dragon scale, you can explore this area, but once you get into a section where you need to dive underwater, you're stuck. It's basically a soft lock at that point. So I could have came here earlier, but there would be nothing I can do, and I wouldn't be able to leave. Alright, so now this guy is gonna help us. How'd I miss those bubbles? I believe I checked the statue, it refills my air too, so that kind of works out. No, it doesn't. Okay. I thought it did, but I guess I was wrong on that one. Can you please stop puffering up? Stupid blowfish. I want to ram into you, but I can't if you're puffered up. That's why I don't like ramming into them when they're puffed that close to me. It's very dangerous. Really? Demon bounce. Okay. There we go. That was a good one. Give me my money. There. Good. I want that one to blow up because down in this rock in particular is the silver rupee. It's kind of hard to get. There we go. Maybe down sometimes can be a struggle. Don't eat me. Your Excellence? Yeah, so you talk to this guy and he gives you a more updated map. Like he tells you, hey, go over here. It's a secret to everybody. Yeah, I get you. You and your Zelda 1 references. As soon as we blow up the boulder, then the rest of this map loads up. It's kind of a weird trigger, but sure. Now you're using that noodle. Yeah, physically. I'm using my noodle to break open the boulder. I didn't even know you went over the fence yet. That's weird, but sure. Alright, let's go ahead and check this statue. I don't know why this is a bird statue you can use to go back to the surface. This one feels really out of place, because why would you ever come back here? It's only useful for leaving. I don't see it ever useful for coming back, and in fact, it's confusing coming back. A lot of the times to come back to Lake Floria, have used that statue by mistake. Sometimes maybe it's just better to skip that statue. I don't know. For me, it may be better to skip. I believe there's technically a goddess cube over there. Yeah, there is. I don't want a cube. Ow. That poke makes me die. Can't breathe when I'm poked. It's a good thing I got that fairy from earlier, but that was very short-lived. Man, that was close. One more foot down, I would have broke my head open. They're as mean as they come? Really? This thing? That goofy looking thing? Just spin into its head. Do it again. Dead. Oh no, are you kidding me? Okay, good. I was gonna say, if that cutscene causes me to drown, I'm going to be mad. You wanna come over here any quicker before I drown, you idiot? Thank you. So if you went missing and no one can ever find you, how would they get to their water dragon? That doesn't seem like the best idea to have him be the key to the door. How much air do I have? My curiosity. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and get some air. Yeah, that's better. I gotta be careful, because in hero mode you use more air than you do normally. It's like your stamina wheel. You use up a lot of it. Yeah, we're back here. This is where we were earlier when we did the little sequence break. And God is actually here kind of earlier than intended. And this is the water dragon. I'm lost. I'm still lost, but I hear the water dragon. Now you have respect for me because you found one of your body pieces on me. Next time I see him is dinner. Boy, I'm not gonna talk about him again. I forgot. So, the test that this water dragon wants us to go do is to find the sacred water to bring back. No thanks. I don't want to do it. Reason why? Because I already done it. There you go. Wait. Did that not... Are you kidding me? Did that not... Did that not work? Because she wasn't ready? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I know, Fi, I just did that. But she's like, nah, I can't have it today. Come back here tomorrow and I'll take your water. I hate you. I'm resetting for that. I'm not going all the way back just for a stupid thing of water. No. No, actually, it'd just be quicker to go from here. I was thinking maybe to go to the sky, come back down, do the sequence break to get back in, but this will just be faster. I guess the plus side is I got my fairy back. So there's that. That is stupid. That is really stupid. Okay, nice spin, Link. I flicked the nunchuck, didn't come out in time. So much for having my fairy back. Fish had a funny face. That's the only redeeming quality that fish has. Because these guys say, oh, these guys are super tough and dangerous, watch out! But they're a joke. They are not hard enemies to defeat at all. Besides my little blunder there with the motion controls, I had no hard time fighting him. Just do 2 quick spin attacks into him underwater and he's dead. Hardest part is honestly juggling your air meter because of that. Of how much more air I use in hero mode. Alright, you idiot. Let's do this again. This time, using the stupid water on you. I guess while we're going over this kind of will actually add to my opinion here because, just to jump ahead, there are 3 dragons in this game. 1 for each province. This is the one for the Faron province. Out of the 3, this is the biggest jerk. This one is so stupid and so cruel to Link. The other dragons are way more helpful in this one. This one likes to put Link through a bunch of tests to make sure he's really the chosen hero by the goddess, even though we prove it so many times, she still doesn't believe it. At one point, she floods the whole area of Faron just to kill a couple mooks. So you're trying to kill all the Kikwis, you're trying to kill a couple of goblins, okay. A water dragon's not a good deity. It's a really bad deity. Yeah, now you accept it. You have to go through the stupid dialogue to do that. It's so dumb. The water dragon's a huge dick. Yeah, pretty much. The best one's the Thunder Dragon. We'll be seeing him much later into our adventure, but he is by far the best one. Will say, I'm not a fan of you, Water Dragon, because you're very cruel to everyone around you, but your design's really nice. I like it. Almost looks like the Eternal Dragon from Namek in Dragon Ball. It's almost the same kind of design in a way. I think the name is Purunga. I think that's it. It looks like Purunga. Yeah, so we also did all of that for the water dragon just to turn off this waterfall. Here's the worst part about that waterfall. If we came here earlier, that wouldn't be there. Until you get the water scale of all things, that waterfall doesn't exist. But the second you get the water scale, then that's when it shows up. There is technically a way to skip the waterfall, but it revolves about one of these lily pads that's near the entrance to this dungeon here, the Ancient Cistern. One of these lily pads has to be close enough to the entry point so you can jump off of it and then you can just get into the dungeon. But the chances of that happening are kind of slim, actually. It's not great. Alright, so I'm actually going to check the statue. And over here, gonna play me some tunes. Because we got ourselves another stone. And I want to get this one out so I can get my collectible. Which is, yeah, I'm gonna just collect that with my beetle. Are you kidding? Well, at least it's just a monster claw. I don't really need many of those at this point. But still, all that because I was getting greedy. Trying to skip an animation. Ah, whatever. I can grind those if I really need it. So yeah, we're like, what, 2 hours in for the stream session? And now we're finally at our next dungeon of the game. Took a bit, but we're finally here. Alright, so welcome to our next dungeon here. This is the Ancient Cistern. This is honestly one of the coolest dungeons in this game, in my opinion. The design of this place is really interesting. There we go. I want to get all you guys out of here. Those are some very blue-looking shoes. I believe that's technically a different shoe type. Which, I can't really check to confirm because I can't use Phi underwater. So, I'm not exactly sure. I think those are technically like a water shoe. Not the same like green shoes. Oh yeah, I also forgot about that. I'm gonna leave those silver rupees because I'm full on money right now, so I might as well leave them. Yeah, I might as well actually just continue on normally. Nice camera. So there's supposed to be like this puzzle you're supposed to figure out here in the very beginning. And it's for this door. I'm not kidding. Here's what they want you to figure out. The code is up, down, left, right. That is a very famous input in any video game. It's basically the Konami code. Instead of, you know, up, up, down, down, left, right. It's just up, down, left, right. So it is a very easy code to figure out because it's pretty predictable. I always have a hard time knocking over this lily pad. This one's kind of awkward. Like, you're supposed to jump down a very specific way to hit this, and I never understand how. It's just the angle always gets me. I think you're supposed to do it from, like, a side jump like this. But then every time I do that, I also miss, too. So, like I said, this one's awkward. It's just for 20 rupees. I'll try it one more time, and if I can't do it, I'm going to ignore it, because I don't need the money. Think this also works? Yeah, actually, that's the easier way. Just backflip for it. Hey, Ethan, how you doing? That section was like a nice little tutorial to kind of tell you you can flip over these lily pads, and certain ones are bigger than others. So we've seen that kind of getting into this section of the dungeon, but actually now it's important. I kind of want that money. Give me the money. Thank you. Now give me air. I can't breathe. Doing good? That's good to hear. I'm doing good myself. Thanks for asking. Luckily, I have just enough air to get out of here. That was perfect. Alright, so we did all that for a small key. Get rid of you. Alright, let's open this. And now we're going to need to use the small keys here in the center. So that's what we're going to do. I believe the sign is actually the hint for that puzzle I just figured out. Yeah, the secret order of this temple. And then you look around, you can kind of find it. So you follow that order, then it'll tell you the up, down, left, right for that door I opened up earlier. But we don't need that. It's really easy to figure that code out. Remember this dungeon from Chugga's LP? Yeah, this was a pretty cool dungeon. It's one of the more memorable ones in the game, in my opinion. Mainly because of its design. It has a lot of cool ideas. Alright, now it's time for our mini-boss of the dungeon already. This is an upgraded version of a stealth boss. This is the Stall Master. Elite captain of the undead soldiers. This guy can wield 4 swords. So he can be pretty deadly. I also had bad timing. I'm surprised I only didn't have a heart. Okay, I'm doing this a little early. And also my shield bash has come out a little late. Don't know how that attack didn't hit, but now we're into phase 2. And now he pulls out his extra arms. So kind of show this, kind of like the other stall masters from before. Bombs do work to stun these guys, but there's a catch. They don't stay stunned for as long. Also, the arms do so much! Holy crap! I like how it went from I'm only doing puny damage with this one swing to basically one hit KO with the 4-arm swings. Big difference. I'm not going to use the bombs this time because I don't really have that many. I might as well just go in, try to be as careful as I can with shield bashing and such. But look at our shield. It's already back up to full. So this regenning shield is basically why I'm using this for the rest of the game. There's one more shield technically better, but I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get in this playthrough. Okay, this is not easy to do. It's so close to a dang desk. I'm not used to fighting these guys in close quarters like I am right now. And I mean, like, actual conditions, not the room. Ow, jeez. Alright, take 3. May also not help on having a slight sound delay, so my time for shield bashing, it's based on sound, and if I have a delay, it doesn't help. If it's that bad, I'll swap headphones to fix it. Alright, walk away before he notices. There we go. Oh, I got hit with the vertical swing. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I think I'm going to make this one easier. I've been using wireless headphones for this playthrough, but the problem with wireless headphones is that they have a slight delay. So I'm trying to use sound cues for hearing when to do my shield bashing. I can't do that reliably because of my headphones. Let me swap over to a pair of wired ones. Now I can go directly into the monitor. This will only take a second. I think those are almost dead anyway, so this works out. As soon as I took them off, they had a red light, so that tells me it's pretty much dead. Alright, now I just gotta turn on sound here. As Link looks around like, what's going on? I should be down there fighting that dude again, but I'm just standing here stretching. You have your time here in a moment, Link. Ah, there we go. That's so much better. Also, I can kind of hear myself better now, because those headphones I was wearing are closed back ears, so they kind of make everything around you impossible to hear, basically. Let me see my sword is okay first before I continue. Alright, still calibrated. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to be calibrated there for a second when I put it down. I really like those wireless headphones I'm using here. It's just that they're Bluetooth headphones and they have like half a second of delay after a bit. So sometimes sound crucial things are kind of hard to do. That was way better so far. You can technically stab him through that window he makes on his arms, but I don't want to chance it. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Oh, I'm surprised it's far enough away. Alright, get away. Alright, that was a bad shield bash. Yeah, this guy can be pretty rough on 6 hearts. But I feel much better about it now that I don't have a sound delay. That was a big difference there in the first phase. I can actually do timing. There we go, that's phase 1. That was kind of a weird wind-up to the second attack I didn't get to do. That was a little late. That was very fast. I wasn't expecting that. Also wasn't expecting that. Why do you go from like 0 wind-up to just basically doing it? Like, what happened to his wind-up timer? It just basically stopped being generous. I think this guy alone just inflated our death count by 5 right there. I think now we're up to, like, an extra 5 deaths in just this one area. Alright, we're gonna really focus on this one. There we go. The timing kept on changing, so I had to just anticipate every time he was going to do his lunge attack. That was getting really scary near the end. That time it didn't do any damage to me, so good. That's a big difference. Alright, after 5 deaths later, the reward for killing that Stallmaster is your item of the dungeon. The whip. This item's weird. Like, it's a very cool item, but the uses they have for it is very underwhelming in a way, because like it's such a cool item, it lets you do so many cool things, and then they just kind of stop using it for a bit. And that's why I find this item to be one of the weirder ones in the whole game, because it's kind of like Gust Bells, where it's very situational. All the other items, besides the Gust Bells and the whip, I feel like have a lot of use throughout the whole game. But then the whip basically just feels like it's a puzzle item every once in a while. And that's the sad thing about it, because it's such a cool idea. It's the one-to-one controls that you have with your sword, and the whip controls very fluently because of it, but it just doesn't get used all that much outside of like this dungeon, and then maybe a handful more times throughout your adventure. But they're very situational moments. But yeah, we're looking for a key that's beneath the earth, as this thing says. And that key is the one we need to get into the boss room here. We'll keep that one in mind. Link has the forearms of a bench pressing man here. I don't know how he grabbed that. This top area, as you can see here, takes us to the very top of the statue, but it doesn't really do us any good right now. So I can just fall down. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to make a save right now. And we're going to be using the save later. But for now, I want to actually save my progress. And I'm going to continue playing the dungeon properly here. I've broken both of my wrists if that fall happened to me. Same. This is one of the like super missed opportunities I feel with the whip. That right there, when you're swinging around, you just barely do that in this game. I feel like outside this dungeon, I don't think you ever really swing like it's a grappling hook. There's like one other place I can think of. It's the final dungeon of the game. It's so underutilized, which is kind of sad. So the nice thing is any switch that we have to run up to and pull with our body, you can also activate the said switch with a whip flip. So I can just grab it with the whip and pull down. Okay, how did I miss that? There we go. Gotcha. This is delay in sound effects. That's kind of weird. I hope what you're saying is just like the game. I'd be worried that the game itself is actually like a half second delayed or something, which I don't know why it would be. Oh, I was expecting a finisher. I'm gonna just check the stream just to be safe here real fast. I might as well at this point when I swapped over my headphones. Alright, let's go ahead and take my whip here. Didn't expect that, but that works. Hi, Jelly Blob. Got it. Alright, cool. Alright, yeah, we're good. I just want to make sure about that one. I get paranoid when it comes to the stupid audio because I've had weirder bugs on streams. You can't blame me. Can you flip over the lily pad? I think it was from the game. Yeah, I think it was just a game thing too. I just didn't remember the section, so I was trying to think, was that just the game or was that just something else? That was a little awkward. You can't climb on the sides like that, so it kind of makes you get stuck there for a second. But sometimes, Link, I swear, you just refuse to climb, and I don't know why. I'm holding, I'm flipping, but nothing's going on. Yeah, here. I think there's like a way you can lock on to this. I'm not sure how you're supposed to. Oh, I know what it is actually. It's not that in particular. It's something else I'm thinking I can lock onto. I'm thinking I can lock back onto like this. Why'd I go backwards? Okay. I'm just gonna try this. Come on, please lock on. I want to be fancy. At this point, it can't be fancy. Being slower. Come on, this is the most awkward part about it. The stupid Switch camera keeps wanting to flip all over the place. Thank you. If I just don't let the camera do its Z targeting crap, I could just go. That's why I use the scatter shot. The scatter shot I find useful against the little spiders, but that's about it. Everything else is like, just use a standard shot and it works just as well. So I could go in there and message you guys, or I could just whip from a distance. Thank you, whip. Oh, I seen that. No! Don't send me down the giant toilet. I don't want to go back up. I see what's over there. I don't think I can go back that way. Yeah, oh well. It's fine. It was a little section of the wall. I can go ahead and draw and get things. I was going to use it for money. Now I can't. Not going to save. Tim flushed the toilet. I'm not sure what he did when he got to this part of his Let's Play. I haven't watched NCS's Let's Play of this game because at the time he did it, that's when it first came out, and I didn't want to watch at the time for spoilers. I was wanting to play it around that time he was doing the Let's Play. And I did, and never finished the game, and dropped it like twice at that point. Didn't finish it until this past year. That's besides the point. I have no idea what he's done for like certain sections for editing or anything like that. I know it's like earlier Let's Play days, so he may not have done like a lot of crazy stuff. I think a lot of like edits you would see nowadays in a lot of Let's Plays didn't start until like, I'd like to say maybe the mid-2010s? I've seen a lot of channels start to do like clever little things around like 2014 or 15. I know a lot of early Let's Plays you never see like interesting edits because half the time they are either trying to get around the timer being an issue, because back in the early days you only had about a 10-minute timer for your videos. After that they would get cut off and you would have to just redo the whole thing because anything past 10 minutes and you're not allowed. And then before that it was also 15 minutes when they upped the timer, so it wasn't that much better. It wasn't until like 2011 where they finally removed the stupid timer. Which has been good, because ever since, we've actually had videos that don't just cut themselves off. It's a miracle. Yeah, that's when YouTube got big. Yeah, around like the 2011, 2012, it's when the site started to get more recognizable names on it that blew up. So it definitely started to get a lot bigger around that era. Ow. Give me the air, please. Yeah, the timer was a really stupid thing. I remember when I first started to make Let's Plays, I recorded the entirety of like my Pikmin Let's Play at the time, and the game's timer allowed you to play through a whole day in about 20 minutes. So certain sections I would either have to like bum rush through so I can go under the 15-minute timer, or I would have to cut some stuff out and then like speed up certain things. But the second I started to post those videos, then that's when they removed the timer, and I was so mad. It's like, are you kidding me? This couldn't be removed like a week earlier when I was still recording everything? And then that whole Let's Play was boring. I barely said anything, so I redid it like 6 months later or something like that, so it didn't matter. And still, it's like, it's an okay Let's Play. It's one of my better earlier works, but it's one of my earlier works, so it has a lot of problems. Bad video and audio quality. Some of my commentary wasn't the best back then, because I'm still trying to figure out what to do and what to say in those videos. Oof. If any of you guys go back to that old content of mine, I highly suggest, if you're going to do it, thank you for starters, but don't go past a certain era. Anything like before 2013, it's not great. It's a little shaky. Yeah, I think a lot of people can say that I use like the older stuff is very cringy, because that's when we're all still learning how to do this stuff. Still learning about like what to say, what to do, what kind of games to cover, how to actually work with your programs to put together videos. You can never say someone's first Let's Play is a good Let's Play, just flat out. And that's mainly because everyone's still learning, and your first is never going to be the best because you're trying to figure out all this stuff. I didn't really find like my swing, I feel, until around 2013, because that's when I started to experiment more too, and do a lot more like things that were kind of outside my comfort zone, like games with voiceovers, something that could have been a lot more work to showcase like all these extra things and such. Like I really started to branch out later. I did not start doing that until a couple years in, because when I was first doing it, I'm still trying to understand things, so I'm going to do the safe games, like things I grew up with. And I wish I didn't do a lot of my games. I did back in the day, because as a Let's Player, you always use up your most memorable games as a kid as your first projects to get into it, but then they're never good because of all the stuff you say and do. It ages really badly, and you want to go back and desperately change a whole bunch of stuff, but you can't unless you redo the whole thing. There's a lot of my earlier Let's Plays I would like to redo at some point in my life. Like, kind of revisit. I kind of did that already with certain things, like Mega Man Maverick Hunter X and Kirby Superstar Ultra. Basically redo Let's Plays of Mega Man X and Kirby Superstar respectively, just with a different version of the game. It's basically the exact same thing, but just covering new content. That's what I've been doing so far, and I'm liking that structure. I remember Marilyn's first video, he barely said anything. I can understand that, because, yeah, the first time when you do this stuff, you don't know what to say. So you'd just be silent, and just maybe a lot of ums. And you can't forget that mic quality, that sounds like crap. Can't forget that. I want to try something while I'm down here, so I'm doing weird flips on purpose. I don't know if this is going to work or not. There's a certain angle here that you can backflip on top of this statue we just came out of. But it's like, I don't know what the angle is in particular. It's like somewhere around this area. And you can like jump on this foot. That's why I'm trying to figure this out. I'll get this like another like minute and then I'll move on. Honestly, I'd like to redo my Metroid Fusion LP. LP means was a mess, to be honest. Yeah, I know that was, again, that was like your earlier work. So, like, your structure wasn't the same as it was now. I don't think you did like a practice run at the time, so whatever you did, you just stuck with. There we go. Okay, I wanted to show this. So the boss key that we need is literally right underneath us right now. They're jerks about it. So you can do what I just did And that allows you, I believe, to get in here. Okay, no, kind of, not really. Oh, I remember what it was now. Yeah, there you go. You walk through that section, and then you can go down here and get the boss key, but the problem is there's no way out. Because as you can see, I'm leaping up, and all I get is this. I can't move. I'm just stuck down here now. So I could get this, but this is why I made sure I have one more bomb. Because we have to die. This is intentional, but it still counts. Give me how much progress was made in the past 10 years. No one would have known what a Let's Play was in 2010. I mean, that's when they were first really starting. Like, Let's Plays were kind of a different beast back then, because Let's Plays were all, like, forum post things, so no one knew kind of what they were, mainly because no one did them video-wise. It was basically just reading a story. So that made it weird for that reason. Let's Plays didn't really take off until the YouTube era. I want to show something with these guys. This is like the one exception I'm doing right now with Skyward Strikes. But if I get near him for Skyward Strike, he gets nervous. But now he's fine. These guys don't like the divine power that Skyward Strike has. But these moblins here, also called the Cursed Bokoblin, as he takes a nap, these guys don't like anything sacred. So these guys are very weird Bokoblins for that reason. But there's two ways you can easily kill them. Knock them down on their back, and then you can do a finisher, or you can use bombs, but I don't have any bombs right now, so I can't really do that, unfortunately. I need to get some bombs, which are up ahead. Actually, wait, no, better yet. I know an easier way to get bombs. Could be right here. Yeah, these are fire keys, so I gotta kill you first. The whip is another good thing to use against Keys, because that will also kill him like in one shot. But the sword's just easier. Alright, let's get a Skyward Strike ready. I played Okami. I know what to draw if I want a bomb. There you go. Cherry bomb. Thank you. Now I'm gonna go kill all those cursed Bokoblins. So just to show. I'll throw this like apparently in a terrible spot. Oh, this is bad. It's kamikazing. Well, at least that worked out in my favor because I got an evil crystal. This is how you can finally get this material. So the only way we were able to get this before was with that stupid minigame in the sky where you cut down... I can't remember at this point. Stop grabbing me. Sacred shield, go away. Yeah, that's another easy way you can kill those guys. Bombs insta-kill them. Remember that for later, because there's going to be a lot of these guys later on that'll be a problem. I love reading via screenshots. A lot of them just make so much more hilarious, so they add dialogue to the text of the whole playthrough. Sometimes, yeah, like reading some of the early Let's Plays are just interesting to go back to because of how weird they were back then. Because they had to make it interesting stories to get people's attention. They couldn't just do something wacky in a game and then that would work. Because of the medium, they had to work with what they had, so let's just write a goofy story in the middle of it. How'd I miss that? Alright, well, I'm not doing it then. You hit that switch, it will turn off this waterfall, which reveals some bombs, and use those bombs to fly over here and blow up that boulder. Or you can do what I did and just use your own bombs. That works too. Are you kidding me? How'd I miss that? Now, I never got into the Let's Play scene until like 2010. That's when I started to see a lot of them, and that was the early days of YouTube Let's Plays, so they're very hit or miss. Depends on who you were watching and what the game was for some of those. Actually, fun fact, and I honestly, I kind of forgot the day it happened. Because I was meaning to tweet about this when it happened, but I completely forgot, and the time passed. Like, oh well. Not nearly as big. But my YouTube channel is technically 10 years old now. The 10th anniversary of my YouTube channel existing was, I believe it was like January 28th of 2010. It was like the end of January of this past year, it turned 10 years old. I didn't really start to use it though until like a year later. And that's when I post my actual Let's Plays. Because I used my YouTube channel in the early days for like 3 videos, and it was all based on like a science experiment I did back in like my high school days. That's why they post the videos on YouTube. And they were all like these custom F-Zero extracts that I was able to make, basically using it as like a programming thing for a science class, which I'm honestly surprised they let me do. It was literally just a ROM hack, but they allowed it. And I remember I got a good grade in that too, which didn't make any sense. Like, if you already know what this was, anyone can do this. Just read like a quick forum post, and then you can replicate this, and boom, you can make something better than I did. Because some of those tracks weren't great. That was when I was getting into custom level makers, so not surprised. Happy 10th kind of anniversary. That's why I should have just called it this year. It's like, it's not the 9-year anniversary; it's the 10-year of the 9-year anniversary because of my channel existing. Just to screw with people and see if people would actually notice. Oh no, it's a bunch of dead men. Dead man climbing. They're gonna grab me and I just gotta shake free like this. Then I just keep on climbing. This takes a while. I as well just put the Snake Eater theme in here. It's very reminiscent of Snake Eater. I think that's the final one I need to shake off. I think the others just can't catch me in time. Yeah, I'm already out. So if I put the stone back to where it was, then I can get to the boss key. That's pretty much what that stone slab is saying. Don't fall, Link! Oh, I have to do all that again. Can't believe zombies are faster than Link. Yeah, I know, what's he doing wrong? Come on, Link. Step it up. Now I don't have to worry about falling, because if I do, then I can easily get back up here, because I got the shortcut. I put another bird statue right here, which is very convenient. You don't have to climb back down, you can just jump. And when you let go, then you also fall. You want to come down here. Who's an Amber Relic? Actually, spoilers, I'm going to be resetting my game here in a minute, so I actually don't need to collect anything now. Alright, so this is the point where we're going to get ready to reset. So this is our boss key, the Blessed Idol. The thing is, this is a trap. They spawn all these guys, and this statue comes down. You're supposed to get out of here right away. I don't want them. I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna be brave, Link. Fight them all, maybe get an evil crystal. Who knows? And that's that. I'm dead. That counts as a death. It's an insta-kill. So, I'm not feeling good about that. I'm just gonna quit the game. I don't want to play anymore. I want to scream. I know, right? So if you guys remember, my save actually puts me back right after I got the whip, so I have to redo like half the dungeon now. But here's the catch. I wanted to do this on purpose because there's a sequence break. If you own the 1.0 version of this game, so this is like the first printing of the North American version in particular. For some reason, actually, this game first got its printing for North American territories. So if I run up here, as you can kind of notice on the floor there it is, right there. You can kind of see it. There's this seam here. That seam's a little weird looking. So if I try to like walk in the center, I just fall through the floor. So now I'm out of bounds. So now if I like hug this wall, as you can see, there's a shadow showing where the floor is, so I don't want to go too far. I can walk out of bounds, and then I can go over here, where the rope is. If I line myself up right, I can just jump straight to the rope, and if I climb up the rope, then I'll hit the loading zone trigger, which will send me down to the bottom of the dungeon. And as you can see, those guys are wanting to kill me, so if I just go right back up, they'll stop. So I'm just gonna do this real quick. That way it gets these guys to stop chasing me. And there you go. Oh, actually, they're still chasing. That's weird. I didn't realize this. Get off me. Does that get off me? Get out of here, you stupid dead men. Yeah, so that sequence break, again, this is a very specific thing. You need the North American 1.0 release of Skyward Sword to do that. Conveniently for me, I have that version, so I was able to show off that glitch. To kind of know what version you get, there's a certain serial number you're looking for on the disc itself. If your disc has like a 00, I think it's like its in numbers, then it's the 1.0 version. I have to look up the specifics to really say. If you want a safer way to know, if your copy has the music CD, which was the promotional thing they have for like pre-orders of this game back in the day, that version is the one that comes with the 1.0 version. If you get the music CD version, you're probably having the 1.0 disc. That's the version I have, so conveniently for me, I can show that off. I can skip half this dungeon. And once you have the boss key, it doesn't matter if you move this guy back to where he was. You can just, if you can get out of the water, it's a little finicky. You can go up here, take the boss key, and then insert it here, if I can get the line up. There you go. Once you insert this, then you can open up the way to the boss room. There'll be 4 more pulleys you can use your whip on, and it'll push the platform all the way to the top, so it doesn't matter where the stone statue is in the center of this dungeon. So, that clip, for a while, this is why speedruns of Skyward Sword were actually done on the North American version of this game. It's because of that glitch. It saved a lot of time in early speedrun routes, but now they found a lot of other things that work that are also very fast, and it doesn't matter about the version you play on. So at this point, they just play in the Japanese version for the faster text. But early days of Skyward Sword speedrunning, they used the North American 1.0 just for that clip for Ancient Cistern. It was a big deal back then. Like, I believe the, I think it was a Summer Games Done Quick 2014 run of Skyward Sword. Back then, they did any percent of the game. It was like over 5-hour run. And that run was done in the North American version because of the Ancient Cistern clip. Here we are. We're at the end of the dungeon. It's been a while since we've seen you, Giraham. Been about, like, what, 3 hours? Welcome a fan favorite boss, Kaloctos. People love this fight. I'm one of them. This fight is really fun. So I use the whip to rip off its arms. I don't really have many bombs, so I can't really use those. There's another trick you can do with this guy to like open up his heart a little early with bombs, but I can't really do that because I don't have any. 2 is not enough, so I'm not going to bother with the bomb strats. It's also risky because you have the damage boost for it. So I don't want to take the risk. Not when I already have 4 hearts. Now, Skyward Strikes in Hero Mode destroy this boss, so I'm not gonna use them. Skyward Strikes or destroy this guy in like a minute. Hey, it's the Buddha boss. Pretty much, yeah. So that may look risky, but sometimes I'm gonna run up to this guy and wait for him to punch, because if you run up to Galactos, then he has a higher chance of throwing down an arm to get stuck like that. Can you throw down your other two arms, please? I'd like to fight you. Thank you. No, it's doing this attack. That's not what I wanted. I want to throw its arms down. Come on. We're close enough. There you go. Jeez. That took much longer than I thought it would. Alright, I think I did enough damage to put him in the phase 2. Phase 2 is when this fight gets real interesting. So now he goes mobile. And he grows an extra little cage for his heart. Come on. Hit me. So now we want to whip off an arm. And these arms have swords. So once we knock off an arm, we can pick up a sword and use it against him. Now I do believe using Skyward Strikes here, in Hero Mode in particular, is more beneficial than using this sword, because I think it does like 4 times damage or something stupid. So on a speed run, that's what they would do. And when they get to this portion of the fight, it's basically one-cycled. This takes a much longer time if you're not using the Skyward Strike, obviously. But in a speedrun, that's what they do, and it's the same. He summons the undead, but luckily, these zombie bokoblins you can take out in one shot. Their HP is just set to 1, which is very convenient. Now, I gotta be careful here, because sometimes he will do... What hit me? I was trying to be careful about him swiping, because sometimes he starts to swipe around like crazy when you get one of his arms. But for some reason, as soon as I swung my sword, I got hit by nothing. I don't know what that was, but okay, sure. I disagree hard time on that, Dev. I want an instant replay, please. Play it back for me, game. Like, got ghosted. Yeah, it was one of the zombies. They came back and got him again. Alright, so we have to watch this cutscene again. Unfortunately, the Gearham cutscene is not skippable, but the intro to the boss is. It's kind of weird. I don't know why this isn't just clumped in with the skippable cutscenes. A little random. But since we've already seen this cutscene, I'm going to skip it this time. What do you want, Fi? Oh, you analyze it so you tell me how to fight now. No. I know how to fight this guy. I just randomly got killed by nothing, so you be quiet. I forgot this is also another strat you can do. You can sometimes, like, get close to Galactus and start whipping his body, which will trigger him into doing attacks. I can't believe he got an attack out before he went to this animation, though. That's kind of bizarre. And also bad. Died a lot tonight, I've noticed. Looking back at my death counter. A lot of deaths. Wow, I thought that was gonna go sideways, not straight. Can you stop with that? I've done that 3 times now. Oh, I just walked right into it. I thought it was going back to him like the other one. Bait and switch. The boss waits patiently for 5 to finish talking. I mean, Calothus is a pretty good guy, though, once you got to know him. Pretty nice. I wish I had a fairy. That would have made this so much better, but I don't have any. I think we kind of got to a point in the game where it's kind of hard to get fairies now. Unless I backtrack for him. Too bad he's gotta die. I mean, he can come with us. I don't think he can fit through the door, though, so we gotta have to put him out of his misery. I don't know how I'm missing. I'm targeting it. Come on. Why are you not doing the attacks I want? You're doing everything but what I need you to do to progress. Stop it! Just fling your arms down. I'm stuck. Oh, come on. Also, why'd I have to come back? This dude right now. I like this fight, but the worst part about it is waiting. Because sometimes he doesn't do what you need him to do to progress, and I'm getting the worst RNG right now. I did not want to bomb. Why did that? I tapped the button. It's like, bomb? At least he put his arm back out again. There you go. Getting a little closer than I would like kind of works out better. There, he's in phase 2. Just gotta be careful because of my health. He can easily kill me very quick if I'm not careful. Attack me! I'll take this. Miss every swing, even though it was directly next to his legs. Sure. There. This is gonna be a very risky phase 2. I don't have much health. This is not good. That's a weird camera. Nice back. Wish I was gonna drop hearts, but this is hero mode. Hearts don't exist. Spawn your little friends. Come on. You like my heart? Well, battle with the music. I guess it's a good time to mention that the harp does have like one interesting thing about it. It has dynamic music. So every new area you go into, it technically does play slightly different. So the harp is very unique in that aspect. I'm gonna hang back here for a second because I think this is when he does this like multiple attack thing. Yep, there it is. If I bum rushed that right now, I would have died. Alright, he's done. I can go in. And he's dead. Oh, that was close. I was afraid he would have got me off guard there. But he didn't have a chance. Yeah, you weird looking doll. I'm allergic to hearts. I'm gonna stab him instead. Okay, that was weird. I don't want to take a risk of slicing the heart. That was my original plan, but I'm like, wait a minute. If I do that, it's gonna probably count as a collectible. I don't want that. Now with all that done, we finally have our first flame. That was a lot of work to get to the first one, but at this point, it's not going to be nearly as bad. Still going to take some journeying to get to it, but it's not like this one where we had to learn a song, to do the trial and get here. This time we just learned a song to do the trial to get here. So that'll be a little bit better for the future. Master, I'm on fire. Please raise your sword. I'm burning alive. The flames have improved our sword, making it longer and sharp enough to do twice as much damage. 4 dungeons in, and we finally have an upgrade to our sword that does more damage. This sword is pretty weak until this point, so now to actually do more is pretty significant. Ah, tattoo. I don't remember getting that. What was I doing last night? Were you there the whole time? You didn't see the Colossus fight, did you? Please tell me you didn't see that. I did great. And nothing worse. This deity's such a jerk. Seriously, you're the worst one out of all of them. Why do people worship you? Alright, we might as well go get our song. We're kind of closer at this point to go back to Skyloft because I want to do some preparation stuff, but at this point, I might as well go get the song and then go back to Skyloft and do the preparation there. Is that a red rupee I see? Mine. Away from that tornado. I gotta be really careful going through this section because these stupid creatures flying around the sky, they can easily clip me if I'm not careful, so I'm gonna try to fly up out of their range because I don't want them to notice me and murder me. Alright, now that they're noticing me, let me go down here, get some speed, get away from them. Alright, good. They ignore me now. Oh, except you. Go away! Make me nervous. Alright, we're in the clear now. Finally. Link, why? Go back in the hole. For some reason, during that camera transition, sometimes when you hold down, Link goes backwards. Which kind of defeats the purpose of getting out of that hole, Link. Alright, what's the message this time? So the next area we go, they throw a curveball at us. We're going back to the Lanayru Desert. You thought it's a volcano? Nah, it's the desert. This song is so good. This is probably one of my favorite ones right here in the whole game. You got more mood whiplash in the form of Nehru's wisdom. Every time. Like, you just gotta make yourself look like an idiot every time. So now I can use dowsing to find it. I already know where to look, so it's not really gonna be that helpful vibe, but thanks. Put it over my Zelda, just like all the other points. Make me find Zelda in the desert. You know what? I might as well. Also, I want to show this. They tell you to douse right away here, but the only point you can douse is out the hole. It's like, yes, clearly. My point I need to go through is outside. Thanks. So helpful. You know what? Instead of doing like the whole I need to quit my game, to go into a corrupt file, to go into back in time, I might as well take the L here. I'm gonna do back in time now, so I'll intentionally take a death. I had to go outside for some reason for this one. After you watch a cutscene learning the song there in the Owl Songs, you can't do back in time inside that building. So you actually have to leave it, and then you can do back in time from the outside. It's weird. But it still works. Link, you need to talk to more people. So that Zelda isn't your only friend. Yeah, because Fi doesn't want to be his friend right now. Just kind of there's the supercomputer friend. Oh, I didn't mean to collect this, but hey, that's a stamina fruit. Alright, let's see what I can upgrade. I believe it's just gonna be the shield, because I don't have any other items that can be upgraded at this point. Yeah, it's just the shield. Which luckily I have everything I need now. Stupid bird fretters holding me back before. Okay. Why would I ever want to go back? This shield is so good. Next to the last shield in the game, which, jump ahead here, spoiler-wise, the last shield is the Hylian shield. Not much of a spoiler because they use that shield like crazy in the promotional material of this game. Same for the Master Sword, so spoilers, Master Sword's in this game, oh no. But, yeah, they used the Hylian shield like crazy, so people kind of knew where it was, but people didn't know how late in the game you were going to get it. The Hylian shield doesn't show up until the Song of the Hero quest, near the very end of your adventure. It's deep in the game. It's insane. And the worst part is, you have to do this like long set of like trials to get it. It's really difficult to get, actually. I'm not sure if I'm getting it in this playthrough, and that's simply because I'm on 6 hearts in hero mode. That's gonna make things a little more difficult for me to get it. It's gonna make it a very rough set of battles. I'll be attempting it when the time comes, but I'm not sure if I'm getting it, simply because of my health situation. Also, while I'm here, I might as well just restock on all my stuff. Get more seeds, get more bombs. Might as well. Yeah, I need everything. I know I just left, but I'm coming back. How many seeds is this? 10? Perfect. I'll take. You can keep, like, what, 2 of these, I think? Like 2 of 4 or something like that. I can't remember my numbers. Give me my bombs, though. 10 bombs, also perfect. That'll fill me right up. It's easier than just grinding these things at this point. That's a full inventory. Now, my shield's like fully upgraded at this point. You can't upgrade it past the point I'm at now. And look at his meter. It's not even big enough to fill my hearts. It's puny. But it fills back up so fast it doesn't really matter. So I'm fine with this. Alright, we're going to go ahead and save here because I believe that's going to do it for tonight's adventure. We didn't get too much done in terms of the story progression because of how much work it took to get to the Ancient Cistern, but we got a lot done once we finally got to that point. But instead of going over to the volcano, we're not going back to the Elden Province. We're going over here. This province, because down there, as you can see, my Zelda's senses are tingling again. And it tells me there's a sacred child in that area. So that's where we're going. We're going back to the Lanayru Desert. And over there, we're doing more trials, and we're actually going to do a new dungeon not too long afterwards. But yeah, it's pretty good. What's going on with that floor? I seen that. You can't hide that from me, game. You can't hide your glitches. But yeah, next time we're going to the desert, and we'll be doing the trial there. Trials are definitely going to get a lot more difficult at this point, so that one's going to be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to that one, most definitely.